Welcome to the final week of The Painter and the Performance Artist.
I can't believe it.
I know. We have had such an enormous journey over the last 3 weeks, and I think that we've learned a lot about our practice, about each other,
Definitely.
about possibilities for our future work. How's your experience been this last week?
It's been really good. So my challenge from last week was around mapping. So I had to challenge me to map a lot of things. So not just my location, but my metaphysical state, my arts practice, my emotional journey as a human, so many different things. So I made a lot of maps, like mind maps to start. And I made mind maps about maps, which is fun.
I love that as a paradox.
And just a lot of thinking. So I actually just thought and wrote for 4 days, and then only made basically on the final day.
How did you feel, we swap practice a little bit in that way. I'm usually the one that's, thinking and writing for 4 days, and then on the last day it all sort of comes together in something physical. But how is that for you, just needing to go through that process day after day, writing and thinking?
It was good. It was a journey, that's for sure. Like, I normally think and make in this cycle, and I found it to be very different. And just when I thought that I had finished my thinking, there was more. So for me, I think it's a matter of using, I guess I was thinking a lot about visual language, borrowing from the visual language of maps, but also my own personal visual language. It's such a rich challenge and subject. I really wanted another week or more than a week.
And what kinds of things did you find yourself wanting to map? Like, were they your personal experiences, or were they was it physical locations? Like, what were you mapping out?
Well, I feel like I only scraped the surface, honestly. I made so many maps, intricate things, and they were all very personal. I did think at first that I would do the mapping in the gallery on the floor or on paper, but I ended up just doing it in books because it was like so personal, in a good way, but it was just like a lot.
They're very complex.
And I see great potential for the future, like as a sounding board to bounce off of for future work, for sure.
It's interesting because I think about the bias of the map maker who makes the map, for others to read, and you can't take the cartographer hand off of the way that people will navigate what they're reading. I'm excited for you to make all of your maps.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, in the end, the works that I did make were actually revolving around the visual language of maps, and I was really interested in the idea that it can be macro, micro, so it's a big landmass that you just look deeper and deeper and deeper until you get to a you are here kind of point. And so I borrowed that concept and I made things that encouraged you to look deeper and deeper, and I borrowed from the you are here kind of circle as a viewfinder within the works. I will pop some stuff on my Instagram soon about that. But how was your week?
My week was really fun. So Ruby's provocation, to remind you from last week, was around deconstructing everything that I'd done in the last 2 weeks and reconfiguring it. So I did that to within an inch of its life, in my mind. So I made performances in week 2 that I listed out every single action. So really broke them down into very small parts, and then sort of picked and chose, putting them together, seeing how kind of absurd I could make these mini performances that were like little Frankensteins of all the performances put together, thrown up and reimagined. And then I cut up some works that I'd made in the first week, some impression works, And the second week, I did a lot of work around amulets, their significance, around how an amulet and its symbology influences the way that you can be out in the world. So, say, you know, the one that you gave me, the eye, the evil eye, it's a single eye, and you know, trying to deconstruct these these symbols into the impressions from the first week and molding them together. So I came to a place where I made some participatory objects, which you can totally try if you come in. And they are around impressing a symbol or an amulet into your skin, and the longer you stay there and impress it, the longer it stays in your skin. So therefore, the longer its symbolic quality, for example, protection or safety or luck, stays with you. And once it exits your skin, then essentially it's worn off or worn out, completely finished. And then you have to go back. So it becomes like a place of ritual, a place for you to meditate on that thing that you need to take into your day. And then at the end of the week, I started to think about what I needed to take into my day and what symbols responded to that. And I got to a place of that I keep kind of going back to, which is my own German heritage. And I'm like 5th generation Australian, so we don't have anything that really exists in our day-to-day that points me to belonging to that culture. So yeah, I was exploring some folk symbols and what that can mean for me if I were to impress them on my skin. But you know, then the day and the week ended, and like on to the next one.
I know. Oh my gosh, I wish we had more time.
I really feel like that week 3 where I got to will be a place that I come back to probably a lot of times over my career as an artist. Participatory ritual objects are like, I don't know, I'm into it.
I love it. It's so good. And it's been amazing having people come and visit us and to participate in these things. It's been so cool.
Everyone's been adding to the conversation. You know, we're here thinking and making and doing, and then someone says that one thing. Have you thought about this? What about this? It was my experience that. And then, you know, we get this other little turn.
An insight.
Yeah, it's so cool. So do come in. Your contribution is so valuable. So yeah.
Should we start?
Let's
Okay,
do it.
final challenge. Nervous. So on body object relations, what is your current mark making tool's relationship to your body? How do you use them? How much agency do they have in influencing the mark? Explore the potential of objects mark making by creating and using at least 5 tools. At least one must be made only with the body. I knew it. Interpret as you like. P.S. Happy final week.
You knew that I was going to ask you this.
I knew it.
At some point.
We've had this little joke that I'm going to get naked in here, but that probably won't happen.
Body.
The body.
Well, it's the body, not necessarily your body. So, like, we're not going to talk about it.
Yes.
But interpretation is very open.
No, I'm very
as it has
excited,
been.
and I definitely feel that a map is going to start this off. A
Yeah.
nice big map
Yeah.
to just debunk, whatever, get all of my thoughts out so that I have a really multiple points of starting.
It's actually the most amazing tool to use mind maps, just like in general, because you just sort of throw out all of your thoughts, and then you can see the priorities, what is weighted, how they affect each other.
True.
Anyway, I love them. Process. Create small moves that add up to a large impact within a completely new work. This will be a single work as opposed to many. go big, scale, in parentheses, brackets. Make first, think last. And that is underlined.
Ooh.
Oh, we have to do that. Ooh. Oh my God. So it is the last week, you guys. We will not be here next week. Only the artifacts and evidence of our having been here will be here. The show's finissage is on May the 7th from 5:30. So we're going to have some drinks. We're going to talk about all of the work. We're going to, have some conversations individually, and we'll do an artist talk.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's our absolute pleasure to share with you the process, and that is the work, not necessarily resolved things that would normally be on a gallery wall.
Definitely, very different for me. I don't know about yourself, but really excited to share this with you. And we just want to say a humongous thank you to the Mill for allowing us this really awesome opportunity.
Yeah, thank you so much. The gallery will be open with our work until the 14th of May, so if you don't make it to the finissage, you can always pop in the next week, come in and check it out, and obviously you can catch us on Instagram at RubyChewArt, all one word together, or at IdaSophia_artist. Great. See you soon.
See you soon. Bye.